Shalom and welcome to Hebrew with Mime. This week we will be going over the first few verses of Parshat Tazria, which means she will conceive. And this parsha is found in Leviticus chapter 12, verse 1 through 13:59. But we'll just go over the first two verses. Here it is in the English. It says, "And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, If a woman conceives and gives birth to a male, she shall be unclean for 7 days, as in the days of her menstrual flow. She shall be unclean." Okay, so we're going to review. We're going to go over the letters, the vowels, the definitions, and later on the trope or cantillation marks in the latter part of the class. So the first word is a very common word. It starts with a vav, and this is a patach. So this says va, and this is a yud, and this yud, this shava under the yud is going to be silent because it follows the patach, which is, they say it's a short vowel. So this is going to be silent. So this will be vai. This yud will be part of the syllable right here, vai. And then we have a daled with a patach, so this says da. So this is vai da. And then this is a bet with its sere, which says be, and this resh at the end closes out the syllable to say ber, vai da ber. Okay, and next we have yod he vav he, which is the sacred name of the Creator. So we say Adonai when we're reading from a Torah scroll, or we can say Hashem, which means the name. Okay, so Vaidaber Adonai. So the Lord said, the Lord spoke. Excuse me. Okay, the Lord spoke. And then this is an aleph with a sago, which says and this is a lamed, so this is el. So this is el right here, which means two. So the Lord spoke two, and this is a mem with a cholam, which says o, and this is a shin. This letter is a shin. So this dot right here is doing double duty. It says that this letter is a shin, but it also gives the vowel for the mem, which is o. This is a cholam, so it says mo. And this is a sego, which says and this hey right here will be silent. So this is she, Moshe. And this is Moses' name in Hebrew, Moshe. And this is a lamed with its sere, and this aleph together will say le. The sere says so le. And then this is a mem with a cholam again, just like this dot right here, which says o. And this is a resh. So this says mor, lemor. So again, this is vaidaber. Oh, sorry. Lemor means to say or saying. Okay, it's usually interpreted as saying. So vaidaber, and spoke Adonai, the Lord, El Moshe, to Moses, lemor, saying. And then next verse, it says, it's actually, if you look at this right here, it's almost the same. Although it doesn't have the yud and it doesn't have the vav. So this just says daber. This is vai daber, and this is daber. Now the vav here means and. The yud right here makes it third person. So this is yidaber, and he spoke. Okay, but because there's no yud here, this actually is the command form, and it means speak, daber. Okay, so this is daber, and we have the el here again, el, which means two. So this is what Hashem, God, the Lord, is commanding now to Moshe. He's saying, speak to. And this is a bet with a shava, which says be, and this is a nun with its sere, and the yud together says ne, bene, el bene, to the sons of or children of. Okay, literally it's sons of. Bene, the yud part right here makes it plural, and the word, it adds the word of, b'nai. One son is ben, plural sons is banim, and sons of is b'nai. Okay, so to the children, daber el b'nai, speak to the children. This is a yud with chirik, which says ye, and this is a sin. So the shiva is silent again. So this is yis, yis, and this is a resh with a kamatz, which is ra, yis, ra, and this is an aleph with a tzere. Tzere says and this is a lamed. Together it says el, Yisrael, Yisrael, which is of course the Hebrew way to say Israel. So speak to the children of Israel, daber el bnei Yisrael, and we have a lamed with its tzere, so it says le. This aleph is part of that, le, and then we have a mem with a cholim, which is mo, and then we have a resh, so this is mor, okay, lemor, lemor, and it's the same as this word right here. This lemor, which means saying or to say. Okay, so speak to the children of Israel, saying or to say, and then we have an aleph with a chirik, so this says e, and then we have a shin with a kamatz, which says a, and the hey together, sha, isha. So that means woman. Ish is man, isha is woman. Isha, and then this is a kaf with a hirik, and the yud together will say ki. So the hirik says e. So ki, and here it means if. Okay, so if a woman, isha ki, and then this is tav with a patach again, says a, so ta, and this is a zayin. It makes a z sound, but it goes with this syllable because this shiva again is silent. Shiva is often silent in the middle of a word. Oops. So this is taz, and this is a resh with a hirik and the yud together. This hirik says e, this resh with it says ri, tazri, and then we have the ayin, which is silent, and then the a, Tazria. The accent is in the middle because of this trope mark right here, Tazria. And so this is the name of the Torah portion, Tazria, and it means she will conceive. Okay, so if a woman will conceive, or if a woman will conceive, and this is a vav with a shiva. This is v, which means and. So if a woman conceives and then we have a yud with a kamatz which says ya and a lamed. Now this shiva, because it follows a kamatz, we're going to sound it. So this is going to say le, ve ya le. If this were a patach, if this instead of a kamatz were a patach, then the shiva would be silent. But because it's a kamatz, we're going to pronounce this shiva under it. It's not going to be vayal, but it's going to be vayale. Okay, vayale, and this is a daled with a kamatz and a hey. Together we'll say da. Vayale da, and gives birth to, and this is a zayin with a kamatz, which is za, and a chaf with a kamatz, which is cha, and then the resh. Together, this is char. So this is za, char. So if a woman conceives and gives birth to a male, zachar, male, and then this is a tet and a kamatz, which says ta, and this is a mem. The shiva again, because it's following a kamatz, will say e. So this is ta me. So this is ta me, and then this is another a. The hey is silent. Ta me a. Okay. So this is and she shall be unclean. Okay, she shall be unclean. And then we have a shin with a chirik. So it says she with the vet here. It'll be together. The shiva is silent again. It goes back to being silent here. This is shiv. And this is an ayin with a patak, which says ah. And then this tav closes that syllable out to say at, shiv at, which means 7 of, literally 7 of. Okay, shiv at. Sheva is 7. Shivat is 7 of. And then we have a yud with a kamatz, which is ya. And then a mem with a chirik and the yud. And the mem, sofi at the end together closes it out and says mim. Yamim. 7 of days. Or we would just say in English 7 days. So she shall be unclean 7 days. Yamim. Days. Yom is 1 day. And yomim is days. Plural. Okay. So shivat yomim. And then we have a kaf with a chirik, so we say ki, and then and this is a mem with a tzere, and the yud together, which is me, kime. Kime, the kaf part means like or as, so as, and then we have the yom here, which is the same yom here, which means day. So yom is a day. Yomim, like right here, is days. Yomei is days of. But we're not going to say ki yomei because in Biblical Hebrew, oftentimes we just blend together sounds. So we just say ki mei. Okay, ki mei. But it is, if there wasn't this kaf here, we would say yomei. Okay, which would mean days of. So because we have the kaf here, it's as in the days of. Ki yamei, as in the days of. And then we have a nun with a chirik, which says ni, and then the dalad with a patak, which says da, and then a tav closes that syllable out to say dat, ni dat. So in the days of her separation or her impurity, okay? And then we have a dalid with a shiva, so it says de. And then we have a vav here with a cholem. And we're going to actually pronounce this vav and the cholem. So we're going to say vo, okay? And this often occurs with vav in certain words, especially when it's placed here in the beginning. So devo, and then we have a tav with a kamatz, which is ta, and then a hey right here. So devota. This is her menstrual cycle, her menstruation, okay? Okay. And then we have a tav with a chirik, which is ti, and now we have a tet here, and the shiva is going to be silent. So it's tit, and then a mem with a kamatz says ma. That's all of his hands. So tit ma. Tit ma means she shall be unclean. Okay. All right. So as in the days of her separation, of the separation of her menstruation, she shall be unclean. Okay. All right, now we're going to learn the trope for these verses. First, I'll just go ahead and review. Well, I won't review the cantillation marks today because my throat isn't feeling very good, so I want to try to preserve my voice. But I do have another video on my website, Hebrew Mime. If you go to HebrewMime.com, sorry, if you go to HebrewMime.com, I'll just show you real quick. If you go to HebrewMime.com and you go to Learn Trope, if you go to Learn Trope, I have videos where I teach the trope marks. This video teaches every trope mark, and you can just hear it quickly with this video right here. And then I have a video where that was the first video where I of the Torah cycle where I teach the trope. All right, so I won't go over the cantillation marks here, but you can go to my website to learn that more in depth. And again, I just want to review the definitions, or the English for this verse. It's, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel, saying, if a woman conceives and gives birth to a male, she shall be unclean for 7 days, as in the days of her menstrual flow, or her menstruation, or the impurity of her menstruation, or the separation of her menstruation. She shall be unclean. Okay. Now, I'm going to sing the trope mark, and then I'll attach the Hebrew to it, okay? So this is Mercha. So Vaidaber with Mercha says Vaidaber. So the trope mark tells you the melody as well as the accent for the word. So the accent is on the last syllable because that's where the Mercha is, okay? Vaidaber. And this is Tipcha. So this is Adonai. And this is Mercha again, just like this one. Mercha, but has 2 words, so we're going to say El Moshe. So this is Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe. And this is Sof Pasuk. So this the trope marks also act as grammatical marks. So here we would translate it as a colon, like it looks like, but we could also translate it as oftentimes a semicolon or a colon or a period, okay? Because of the context of this verse, we know that we would probably either a colon or a comma would do. Sof pasuk, sof means final, pasuk means verse, or sof can also mean end. So sof pasuk is end of the verse. That's what this trope mark is called, sof pasuk, end of the verse. And this line right here, this line right here is a secondary accent mark, so that because the sof pasuk always has to be at the end of the verse, so the accent mark can sometimes be here, could be on a different syllable to tell you where the accent of it is, okay? Because this particular trope mark always has to be at the end of the word. So it's lemor, because the accent, this vertical line is the accent mark. Lemor. So this is Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe Lemor. And this trope mark right here is a Gereshayim, and it says Gereshayim. So this is Daber. And then we have a Mapak. So this is El B'nai. And then this is a Pashta, which says Pashta. So this is Israel. So this is Daber El B'nai Israel. And this is Katon. So this is Lemon. Now this katon is a separator. So we could put a comma after a katon. Usually when there's a katon, we can put a comma after this word. So this is speak to the children of Israel, saying comma, okay? And you can breathe here. So Daber el b'nei Yisrael lemor. Breathe. It's a good place to breathe, right? Now this is also a separator, but not as hard of a separator as this katon. Okay? So speak to the children of Israel, saying comma. And again, this is Pashta, just like this. Okay? So remember, this is Yisrael. So this is Isha. Okay? And this is Munach. So this is Ki. So Munach is different depending on what it precedes. So before the katon, Munach says Munach. And again, this is Katon. So this is Ki Tazria. Okay? Ki Tazria. And again, you could put a comma right here. So if a woman gives birth, if a woman conceives, comma, okay? And then we have Tipcha et Nachta. So this is, and Veyaleda Zachar. So this is, and gives birth to a male, okay? Veyaleda Zachar. And this et Nachta is also a separator. So you could also usually put a comma after an et nachta, this horseshoe look, this wishbone, upside down wishbone looking thing. Okay, and gives birth to a male, comma. Then we have pashta again, right? So this is vitamea. And then we have munach katon. So this is shivat yamim. Okay, so 7 days, right? Comma, okay, because the katon is a separator. And this is tevi. So this is kime. Excuse me, my voice. And this is merchatipcha sof pasuk. This would all go together. This is one clause. So this is nidat dota titma. Okay. All right. Okay, excuse me. There's one thing I forgot to note. The pashta always comes at the end of a word, just like the sof pasuk always comes at the end of a word. So that's why here in this pashta we have a vertical line, because the pashta always has to come at the end of the word. If the accent is not at the end, if the accent is not the last syllable, there will be a vertical line under the syllable that should be accented. So it's the second syllable that should be accented. So this is vitamea. Okay. So vitamea. Okay. And here's another one. So now here, the tipcha can be anywhere. And so this vertical line right here acts as a secondary accent mark. So it's veyaleda. Okay, so veyaleda. The accent mark is here on da, but it wants you to accent this syllable more than this and this. Veyaleda. Okay, as opposed to maybe veyaleda. This is kind of short, this is longer, this is short, and this is the longest. Veyaleda. Okay. Let me see if I missed anything else. Okay, so that's it for now. Let me trope the whole thing together. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael lemor, isha ki Tazria, v'yaleda zachar, v'tamea shivat yamim, kime nidat dota titma.
I'd like to invite you to visit my website at www.hebrewmime.com. That's HEBREWMAYIM.com. And you can click on the button to sign up for free Hebrew lessons to your email, delivered every week or so. Sometimes I miss a week. Sometimes I'll send more than one email for that week. So again, just visit my website, hebrewmime.com. And I also have special sections here. Not only can you sign up for free Hebrew lessons to your email, but you can also get my playlist to learn the Aleph Bet, even Aleph Bet with Elmo. And I also have a section on learning various Jewish prayers and blessings. I also have, you can see all of the Hebrew lessons from Genesis to Deuteronomy. And what else? I have a section on ancient Hebrew, learn how to pronounce the Hebrew letters in the ancient Hebrew pronunciation, the ancient Hebrew tongue. I have some lessons on how to trope or chant the Torah, specifically lessons for that. And then I also have links to if you're interested in getting more formal biblical Hebrew lessons or modern Hebrew lessons from a good friend in Israel. So you can check that out as well. So just visit my website at hebrewmime.com. Shalom. Shalom, my name is Maim, and I'm a naturopathic herbalist and holistic life coach, and I'm the founder of the Aruka Holistic Life Academy. Our students learn how to become effective healers using nutrition, herbs, and other holistic healing methods. I have found that to become a holistic healer, you, number one, don't need to be licensed. Although some of our students are medical professionals, doctors, nurses, etc., but you don't need a medical degree or a license to become a holistic healer. Number two, you don't need to study for 4 or more years in college. And number three, you don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars for a medical degree or a nutrition degree or any other kind of expensive degree. I don't have any of these things, yet I have built a profitable online health coaching business. And I'll tell you the 8 things, though, that I have found that you do need. Without these 8 things, healers are ineffective and lack confidence in being a holistic healer. And most holistic schools and certification programs don't incorporate all 8 of these secrets, which is why many graduate from them, from nutrition schools or health coaching schools or herbalist schools, etc., feeling inadequate as a healer. So I would like to share with you my secrets on how I became an effective holistic healer and built a profitable online health coaching business. You can become the healer of your home and your community without the need for pharmaceutical drugs with dangerous side effects, hospitals, doctors, or even dentists. You can build a profitable online health coaching business without the need for years of college for an expensive degree. My mission is to show you how. Visit my website at www.aruka.com/free to get my 8 secrets on how to become an effective holistic healer.